Selector here. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. We played that particularly because I think that might be a particular favourite of a lot of yours. Certainly yours, Pauline, isn't it?
Yeah, I love that song. It's a brilliant song, yeah.
It's just perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely perfect. Thank you for doing this. At this ungodly hour. It's not a very rock and roll hour or a ska hour or a blue beat hour, is it? You know what I mean? But thank you very much for doing this. And so we'll talk a bit more. You're going to play a tune for us straight away. We've got the Selector in live for our live music day. What are you going to do first?
This is off our latest album, String Theory, and we are, of course, the Avengers.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Avengers, Earth defenders, coming down the line to find jump. Coming down the line, John Steve.
Oh, Ace. Fantastic. Fantastic. The Selector live in our studio here at Media City. Pauline, Gaps, Winston, Anthony, John, Greg, Neil, Orlando. Have I got everybody?
Yep.
All present and correct. Fantastic.
Hello.
Has that always been an old favourite of yours, that tune?
Well, we've done things in the past,
Yeah.
you know, like James Bond
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and we just thought, hey, you know, here we are, we're coming, 35 years,
35
we've been in
years.
existence, and the Avengers is exactly what we are.
Wow, yeah, 35 years and it don't seem a day too long.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. You seem to be back and busier and more than ever. Does it feel like that to you?
It certainly does feel like that to us. You know, this year it's been absolutely fantastic, particularly through the festival season. We sort of kicked it off, you know, with a 26-date tour, in support of the album String Theory.
Yeah.
And we've just kind of kept going, and it's still going on because we're now off to Australia in about
That's
3 weeks'
amazing,
time,
isn't it?
and New
Yeah.
Zealand. And then on to the Levelers tour, which is
Now
really
that's
lovely.
That's interesting. You and the Levelers, because I think that's a really interesting book. Because coming on the surface, you're musically very different, but I bet you're both, you know, live bands. That's one of your fortes, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, there's
That's
a lot of
rattling good
crossover.
night out, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you. There's a lot of crossover. Do you think? Yeah.
I think there's an enormous amount of crossover. We went out last year with Pill in the autumn, and it's kind of like a regular thing now, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
we find another band who maybe, you know, we can broaden our audience. I think that's the main thing, is for always be broadening our audience. Ska music, it's quite a small genre. I mean,
Right.
it's not even got a genre of its own on iTunes, which I think they should fix.
Is it not?
No, it hasn't. No, it's world music and kind of reggae and stuff like that. But people forget about ska. But it's there, it's alive, it's thriving. There's still a lot of people who are around from 35 years ago and, now. So it should be a genre.
And when you go down under, when you go to Australia and New Zealand, did people there know you back in the day, or have they caught up with you latterly, or what is it?
I think that most people, I think, in places like New Zealand and Australia kind of heard of us, I suppose. We never went there.
Did you never go?
Back in the day in 1979. We have been to Australia 2 years ago, so we're going back now and sort of even further south. We'll eventually get to the penguins, I guess.
Fantastic, yeah. But of course, that won't be as memorable a gig as the one I came to at Eric's in 1980, I think it was, when you played with, Madison.
And the Specials, probably, yes.
I was at that show at Eric's in 1980. It was one of the best gigs I've ever been to in my life. It was fantastic, yeah.
Thank you.
Let's have some more music from you. What are you going to play for us now?
We're going to do something that probably is familiar to people from the Too Much Pressure album, and I think you used to use this as a jingle at one time.
Yeah, we absolutely did.
Missing Words.
About the way things are, you didn't
Fabulous stuff. That's Selector playing live for us here in our studio at Salford on Six Music's Live Music Day. That was Missing Words from Too Much Pressure. Do you think maybe live music's become much more important, hasn't it, in the last few years, as the business model of the record industry's collapsed, hasn't it, pretty much? And has that been a good thing for you, that people are wanting to come out and see gigs again, and that's what they'll spend money on?
I think it's great that the music industry has changed, and here we are. We're in a situation where people actually enjoy coming to see live bands. They enjoy coming to see good live bands, and I think that's what the Selector has always been.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a really, really great night to come out to, and it's a kind of music that not only tickles the feet but hopefully tickles the brain cells.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And the people who've stuck with you all the way. Do you have people who have been there from back from 78, 79?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. They're hardcore.
They are hardcore. They may be a little more sort of, the skinheads may be skinheads not by choice anymore as such. But they've stuck with us.
Yeah.
But also we've found a lot of new people along the way.
Yeah.
And that's what's really great about it, I think.
Okay. I'm going to say this, the next tune you're going to play for us, you're going to play another record for us. This can be from my friend Abby in Wigan, who I know is a massive fan of yours, so she'll be delighted with this. And what are you going to do for this? This has been brilliant. Thank you for doing this, by the way, because it is for a rock band, ska band, this is the crack of dawn, isn't it, really? So thank you for this.
That's great.
Really thanks for doing this. And you're going to play another track for us. What are you going to play?
It's just the same old show on my radio.
Fabulous. Fantastic. The Selector playing live for us here. Busy autumn for the Selector. You're in next week. Are we on? Yeah, next week you're in Coventry, Grosvenor, Looe, Portsmouth and Shrewsbury.
That's right.
Then you nip off to Australia and New Zealand, do you?
Yeah.
And then you come back here for that tour with the Levellers that kicks off on October the 29th at Lee Cliffs Hall and then goes through a load of places, the O2 Academy in Bristol, Shepherd's Bush Empire. You're pretty much going everywhere in the country. So, and what can people find out about all the places you're playing? Is there a website we can go to?
There is www.theselector.net.
There you go. I would have thought it would too. That's really, really brilliant. Thank you so much for doing this. And I think, Pauline, I know you in particular, you're a fan of Laura Mvula, aren't you?
I am indeed, yeah.
So
wonderful woman, wonderful voice.
Great, yeah. And we'll play Green Garden for you. Thanks again.
Thank you.